I wanted to make a quick video with the main focus being on, are you doing too much too soon? And I know I made a video on this in the past, but I just feel like this specific topic is such a crucial topic to touch on because I have done too much too soon, which has led me into a 10-day slump where I just felt like I am the worst person ever and I suck at everything and life is terrible and horrible and everything is just going to the bottom. And the fact of the matter, based on my reflection, is that I have done too much too soon in certain situations and scenarios that have put me in a place of blowing up, essentially. So, for one, the main thing that kind of kicked off this slump was I went golfing with some buddies of mine, and I haven't golfed in like close to a year, right? So, first and foremost, we go to the range and we hit like 100 balls each, which is like way too much when you're warming up. But we bought too much, so we felt like we have to like use all of the balls. Anyways, just by that, I was tired, right? And then I had to play 18 holes. So around hole 16, 15, 16, I think I went into the red zone with my body and I just started feeling weird at my lower back, and it was just, I knew that I had done too much too soon. I knew it. So that was that. That's number one of doing too much too soon in the past 10 to 14 days. Basically 2 weeks, call it. I'd done too much too soon. That was terrible because it stopped me from working out for quite some time. And working out helps me to feel better about myself. It gives me energy. Working out is one of those things that is a keystone habit for me. You know, when I feel good, when I feel like I'm growing, I feel good, I do good, right? When you feel good, you do good. So that was not a smart decision, not a strategic decision for me to put myself in a position where I could possibly get injured. Then, the second thing that I want to talk about where I did too much too soon is I had a phenomenal trading month in the month of March. And I essentially oversized the position, and the market moved against me so fast that I wasn't able to get my stop loss in position to manage my risk. And for those of you who don't know trading, basically the stop loss, if it gets hit, you're out of the trade. So I wasn't able to get that in there, and the price just ripped. And it got to a point where I just had to close for a major loss. And that was an incredibly taxing experience that I'm still trying to get over right now. And it's kind of reared its head over the past 10 days or so, 10 trading days or so. And I've been able to manage it, but barely. You know, the residual effects from that major loss have continued. The residual losses from that major loss have continued, like aftershocks from an earthquake. So that's been very taxing, but I've been learning to deal with that, even though it hasn't really been in the best way because I've just kind of been suffering. But still, anyways, so physical loss, doing too much too soon. Psychological loss, blowing a lot of my trading account. Third was another physical loss. I didn't learn from my first one. So here's a story. My cousins, they play in a soccer league and they invited me to come play with them. I have been wanting to play for such a long time, but much like the golf scenario and golf incident, I haven't played soccer in like 10 years, since I was in high school or college or something like that, you know? And I essentially just died in the first like 15 minutes, but I kept playing, right? Going into the red zone. My competitive mindset did not agree with the reality of the situation, which was that soccer is really freaking tough on the body if you're not fit as a fiddle. And I haven't been eating well for the past month or two, so that's another thing, but that's not too much too soon. That's just residual. That's small little things that add up to a big thing. which is this. Now I injured my foot because of soccer. But essentially, I went into the red zone. I took a hard step to juke a defender. I just heard a snap. And I immediately knew that I played myself again. So now I'm limping because I tore a ligament in my left foot. So now I have to wait a little bit longer to embark back onto my fitness journey. So all this to say, are you doing too much too soon? Are you feeling mentally taxed, physically taxed, emotionally taxed? Because if you are, chances are you're doing too much too soon. And you need to pump the brakes a little bit and baby step your way into what it is you want to do. You know, I could have totally just played maybe for 5, 10, 15 minutes and then been like, you know what, I'm good. Like, there's a reason why after NBA players or professional athletes come back from an injury, they kind of ramp them up into a game. They don't just say, okay, you're back from your Achilles tear, 48 minutes on the court. You know? It's really important to be strategic. So I messed up and I did not strategically ramp up into strength. I did way too much too soon, and my body was not able to handle the load, whether it was golf, whether it was my system was not able to handle the load of a larger trading size, and my body wasn't able to handle the load of soccer for 30 minutes on a pitch that's massive where you're running non-stop. So if you like this type of content, hearing me cry and rant about what's going on terribly in my life, then please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm learning every single day, just as you guys are. And this was a huge reflection that I came across in my journal, so I'm going to absolutely use this moving forward to become a better trader, to be better with my body and respecting my body's limits, because even though my mind wants to play for hours, I have to accept the reality that this body has a mind of its own, essentially. And I have to respect those limits. And I have to push those limits slowly and strengthen myself so that I can go out and play 30 minutes on the pitch. Or, you know, instead of going out and playing 18 right away, you go out for a few days at the range. And if the opportunity arises where you haven't done that and someone's like, hey, let's go play 18, you say no. It's very simple. And the opportunity arises where I take a bigger position size than I originally wanted to, I say no. It's very simple, right? But the thing is, it's not in real time. So it only takes time, and it takes a lot of dedication, and it takes a lot of diligence to understand what it is you need to do. And I know what it is I need to do now. And that's not do too much too soon, because you get a lot farther step by step than you do leap by leap. So if you like this content, like, comment, and subscribe, baby, because I'm trying to bring the realest stuff. It might be boring. This might be a boring video for some, but I don't think that you should have to keep someone's attention when you're talking about real stuff. So if you're watching this, good for you. And I hope this helps you. Like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear what you guys are going through as it relates to this video. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.